Hello guys, full time at Anfield, Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. Same as last year, but I do think there were some signs of improvement in this Arsenal team. I think the next few weeks will tell us more about how much we have improved. This Liverpool side are outstanding. I thought they were outstanding tonight. I thought Jurgen Klopp was right to take Roy Keane to task on Sky's coverage for suggesting that Liverpool was sloppy. They were not. They were excellent. And to be honest, the fact that it was 2-1 going into the final 15 minutes, that was a position I think most Arsenal fans would have taken before the game. It gave us a punching chance in the game, and I think the structure and the discipline that Arteta's put in the side helped us be in that position. I think the improvement at half-time helped us be in that position. There's going to be a lot of focus, and I think understandably so, on Alex Lacazette's miss. It's a huge chance. And for me, the sloppiness with which he took the chance a few minutes before, where he was offside, kind of played into the second one. I felt like his weak chip was almost in his mind at that point, and he went for power on the second chance. Alisson does well, but let's put that aside. You expect your striker to score there. And I think a lot of people have been frustrated with Lacazette's failings, but I don't think too many of them would have said his striking of the ball when in a good goal-scoring position off his right foot. You know, it's been his overall contribution or the lack of shots he takes, but not necessarily the quality of his shooting. This was a poor shot, make no mistake about it. And if he scores that, I know Liverpool get a third late on, but it's very difficult to imagine how the match would have played out had it gone to 2-2. As it was, we had to take more risks. Inevitably, we conceded chances. Jota scored. He probably could have scored before he actually put the ball in the net. There you go, we lose the game. We lose a game I expected us to lose. In that respect, I don't know how much we learned, but there are always lessons to take. If I'm Mikel Arteta, I'm thinking maybe picking Mohamed El Neni, who I like as a player and think could be a useful squad player, in a game like this wasn't the right decision. I think we saw we need Dani Ceballos, and when he came on, he was excellent. 2 great through balls. Should have had an assist for Lacazette. Might have had another one for Aubameyang late on. Other lessons? Well, I think the deployment of Maitland-Niles was interesting. He played that kind of hybrid wing-back central midfield role, but I felt like in the first half, when Arsenal didn't have the ball, he was getting drawn inside too much, and it left Tierney isolated against Salah. We really struggled there. I think that there is an interesting conundrum for Arteta between Lacazette and Nketiah. I think in a funny way, Nketiah's standing kind of improved tonight without his playing, because you quite fancy him to take that chance one-on-one. I know Lacazette scored in the game, but really, I mean, it wasn't a particularly convincing finish from him in that instance. Nketiah will probably play in the League Cup against Liverpool on Thursday, and if he scores or does well in that match, I think he'll have a really, really good shout of taking over the Premier League spot at the weekend against Sheffield United. Like I say, this Liverpool team are streets ahead of us. They were when we beat them in the Premier League. They were when we beat them in the Community Shield. This was away from home, where traditionally we have that terrible record at Anfield and against the Big Six more generally. But at least it was a contest. At least we're in the game until the third goal. Coming up, we got Man City away after Sheffield United. They lost to Leicester, who showed that City can be vulnerable to the counter-attack. We've got Leicester at home, who are going very well. And then we've got Manchester United away. I think that run of games is going to be hugely instructive and tell us a lot about how much this team has improved or not improved. And I think only really then can we really make a proper assessment on what sort of shape we're in for this season. What we learned tonight is we're not as good as Liverpool, but we definitely knew that already. And maybe, in Mikel's conversations with Edu and Vinay and the board and the owners about strengthening the team, what we saw in central midfield today might give him a little bit of leverage to try and help get a deal over the line. Arsenal are in a really difficult financial situation, and the lack of crowds in stadiums is going to hurt them even more than it will some other clubs. But, in terms of on-field ambition, they really do need to improve in that area. And at the moment, the refusal to play Ozil or Guendouzi or Torreira is costing us options, and it is actually costing us quality. So we really do need to change that situation one way or the other. And we've got a week left to do it. I'm going to leave it there, but I'll speak to you at the weekend after Sheffield United. Oh no, on Thursday. Another game at Liverpool. Hooray!